Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, BullMuscle. Welcome on in. Got a good little show for you today. Pretty much tapped out. Ooh, yeah, you're already on the East Coast. All right, well, in that case, yeah, you got to get some rest, man. Appreciate you coming in, man. Aloha, ahui ho. Well, in that case, we're chilling without an audience for now. I'm just fine with that. We'll see who shows up. Ain't no big thing if nobody does. We big chillin'. Ooh, they're doing Dead Man Armageddon. Fun stuff. There we go. Oh, need to take this off for a moment, just so that way y'all don't see my pin. Much better. Alright, so what have we been up to? Well, first off, I'm going to go ahead and lower this. There we go. We've been doing a little bit of defense by way of magic training, and it's been going pretty well. So we're going to continue on doing that, but unfortunately we are out of fire runes, so we need to go and get some more. There will be an easy way to do that, and that is to simply withdraw them. Now we could go and make them. Actually, what we could do is go... we need an air talisman, which I don't have. No, we'll go buy them. I don't really feel like doing rune crafting quite yet. Rune crafting's a bit dull. There we go. Let's see here. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do fire spells. Yeah, we want our Staff of Air. Want a couple law runes for teleporting. We want our mind runes. We want a good chunk of chaos runes and a good chunk of death runes. Nothing crazy there. We want... Oh, I forgot we had a clue scroll. We'll come back to that. We'll do one round of this before we attempt to do anything with the clue scroll. Let's see. We do have all this wine, so we're going to use that as our food. 20 wine should do it. And then we need our fire runes, of which we have very, very few at the moment. So that's our problem. We need to go fix that. So we need to go get some fire runes. That shouldn't be too hard. There's a jewelry store down in Port Sarum where we can sell a couple items. So I think we ought to sell this emerald ring, since we have it, for a little quick cash. And supposing we don't have anything else, let's grab, because I could go to the furnaces and craft up a couple jewelry items real quick, but a sapphire necklace might be the thing to sell. Let's see how that goes, and then worst case, we'll take 1,000 coins. That should be enough. We'll grab 10k, just so that way we don't really have to worry about it. And reset it, go to 27. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? Hey Ash, how you doing? Welcome on in. Oh wow, we got 8 people. Okay, honestly, I was really more just curious to see if anybody would show up for this. I'm actually really rather surprised anybody did, given the hours. Because East Coast time, it is past midnight. London, it's 4 in the morning. So it's early morning in Europe. It's kind of midday in... That means it's kind of midday in Asia. It's evening in California. It's kind of later at night. So definitely an odd hour to be streaming. Doesn't really work for anybody, so probably won't stream at this time very often. But it happened to work out, so I figured, hey, why not? Anyway. Do we want anything else? So we've got enough to do. Yeah, we just don't have enough for Fire Strike, which that's easy enough. We can fix that. We actually chew through more fire runes than we do air runes. Huh. Good to know. In that case, do we want to grab air runes instead and then just... we're overthinking this. Let's just go. You're a night owl at heart. See, I'm a lark, and that fits being in Hawaii really well. We whack the imp. Take the fiendish ashes. Scatter the fiendish ashes. Pick the emerald ring back up. And carry on our way. So what are we actually doing here? Well, what we're doing here is we are going to train a little bit of defense by way of magic. And why? Well, there we go. We're going to increase this just a touch. So the reason we would do that by way of doing magic is that there's the Asgarnia Ice Dungeon down here. And the Asgarnia Ice Dungeon actually is full of ice monsters, predictably, that are extremely weak towards fire attacks. So you can do fire attacks, and it's quite you do double the damage. Alright, so let's sell an emerald. Let's see, 892, that's pretty good. 735, good enough. So we'll sell that. All the rest of this, we don't need much of that. So perfect. Now we go over to the rune shop and we'll buy some fire runes. So what this means is a basic spell like Fire Strike against these ice monsters can hit 16. 5 points per fire rune, not ideal, but we'll buy the fire rune packs then, and then just equip them. There's another fart can car. Insert your own joke here. No. Go back. I'm not done. Betty, I want more packs. Give me them packs. Alright, that's 1,200. That should be good enough. Alright, 2 more. We'll grab a couple air runes as well, because we will need those, I think, in the future. There we go. That ought to do. So onwards to the ice dungeon. So it's been a good day here. Last couple of days, had to go to the doctor's appointment. That went pretty good, all things considering. There we go. Now I can see chat a little bit better. Just had to move the screen on my computer. But no, that went. I got myself a new to me thermos. Got that for like $2 at the Goodwill down in Kalihi. Speaking of Kalihi, on my way to the hospital, I had to bike there, right? And for whatever reason, Kalihi is the most sort of underserved. It's the ghetto, quote unquote. I'm using that very loosely because there are no actually ghetto places in Honolulu proper. I would say maybe Waianae, but that's more just because there's like hella homeless people who have been displaced there. So I can't even call that ghetto. But the point is, so we want Fire Strike as our default, and then we can throw in Fire Blasts and Fire Bolts when and where we need them. Anywho, the nice thing is, too, is this is using up the giant supply of Mind Runes we've kind of got stocked up, for lack of a better term. So that's always kind of convenient. With the ride down to Kalihi from my place, I live kind of in the middle of the island. Not quite in the middle, but I live west of the town. There is kind of this biking disconnect. There's this big gap in decent transit options or decent cycling options between the Salt Lakes or Moanalua areas and the town. And this gap is more or less exclusively in Kalihi. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Perfect. There we go. So you notice we're fire striking 12s. You know, that normally the max you can get is 8, but with this it's 16, so we can do loads of damage really easily. And in this spot, the giants are too big to get you in this crevice, so you can fight them. Unfortunately, you do have to deal with the annoying ice warriors, but that is what it is. Watch this. So we'll just fire blast this clown over here. Not yet, not yet. That was only a 1. There we go. Hey, JJ, how you doing? No, I don't want 37 body runes. I want the big bones. Thanks, Gigum. There we go. I appreciate that, JJ. So a couple other items. Yeah, so basically Kalihi's underserved, and I was biking through. I'm sorry, got totally lost in the game. It got to the point where I was thinking, okay, how am I going to... Oh, I forgot water runes to teleport back to Fowler. I'll have to go to Varrock. Okay, that's fine. I knew I was forgetting something. Oh, well. What was I saying? Yeah, so the trouble is there is something called the Nimitz Bike Path, and the Nimitz Bike Path is good right until you hit the point where it ends, and it ends right at the intersection of Dillingham... Shit. Dillingham Boulevard and Middle Street. There's a bike path on Middle Street, which would be great. You know, you go from one to the other. Unfortunately, the County of Honolulu, in its infinite wisdom, or HDOT, has decided to put construction equipment on the bike path. And basically what this is, like, there's no signs to tell you, hey, the bike path is closed. It's just, nah, there's construction equipment here. Fuck you. It's the perfect example of the attitude it's somewhat pervasive here. Really unfortunate, but ugh. Hey. All right, we just got a hit points level. That's good. Whew. Blasting 16 on this fool. There we go. But yeah, so it's just really frustrating. That's kind of what you have to deal with here. The other options are ride on Dillingham Boulevard, which is extremely full of potholes, just awful. Ride on the Nimitz Freeway, which is probably what I like to do the most, but it's unsafe. It's not meant for cars. It's all around not great, no matter what you do. Hey, thanks for the cheer. I appreciate that, JJ. That was very, very kind of you. Damn it. Shit. That's not what I meant to do. Oh well. We'll kill off this Ice Warrior since he managed to sneak on through, even though he shouldn't have. Damn, he's piecing me up though. Yeah, I know you want some too. Come on in. Get fucked. There we go. Nice. Anyway, so yeah, that was sort of frustrating. The other option, going the other way, if you want to get like to Red Hill, is you can take King Street, which is the protected bike lane in theory, all the way up. Except for that, oh wait, no, you can't. The bike lane ends, and your options are either to like right at Wanalua Gardens, and your options are either crash or get on the freeway, which is obviously extremely unsafe. So it's frustrating, but thank you so much, JJ, for the 100 biddies. I do appreciate that. Mahalo nui. Yeah, this is pretty effective for defense training, just because you're doing so much damage. It's also pretty good for prayer training because I'm getting a bunch of big bones. I do try to get a full inventory of them, sell the bones, and then buy the kind of fuck this Ice Warrior, man. Thank you. Hey, Bowser. Where have I been? Time zones are probably the culprit there. I don't normally stream at this time. I've been streaming. I mean, we're on episode 420. Blaze it, you know. It's unfortunate. It's the last thing I'll say about this whole cycling infrastructure thing. It's unfortunate that that's sort of the way it has to be. Especially considering Kalihi, again, it's not a very rich area. It'd be the perfect candidate for, you know, alright, fine, fuck you. You want some? Fine. I'm gonna fire blast you. There, get fucked. Anyway, it's unfortunate that Kalihi just kind of gets screwed for no obvious reason. And Iron Battle Axe, God, the Ice Warrior drops are such trash. That is a useless drop. Redeem the Hydrate, thank you very much. I appreciate that. There you go. Hey, Bowser, the first to redeem first. Certainly not the first in chat, but very happy that you're here. No, damn it. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Fuck. Damn it. Nah, I fucked that up. I got greedy. There we go. kill you first. There. You really want it? You're gonna have some enjoy this 22. And that's 17. You dead. And you're dead quickly. There we go. So, let's see. That was the bike trip. Oh, I finally got my phone case, which I'm really happy about. It's nice. I have decided to sell my watch. So, the reasons for this is that y'all have seen the fart can counter, which is !fart can in chat. And the reason I'm selling it is precisely that, really. It's, oh, fuck you. Keep on fucking. Alright, whatever. We'll kill you. So because there are. I live up on the 5th. I live up on the. Up in the apartment, and as a result of this, I keep my windows open because I don't have air conditioning, which is fine, no big deal. But, it means I have to. Here we go. Ooh, 3 Chaos Runes. That's actually the first useful drop from a warrior I've gotten. But because of that, I keep my windows open, which is fine, except for some dickhead in his crotch rocket or his fucking crap can Mitsubishi goes flying around, in the parking lot in the morning, and it's extremely loud and it wakes me up when I'm sleeping. This is bad for my sleep health, so what I've decided to do is get I'm going to get a Garmin. It's a Garmin Instinct Surf, which will be really nice. So I'm going to start doing some body surfing. I'll talk about that in a minute. Use that because it's got a vibration alarm that should wake me up. And I can wear it to sleep and get sleep tracking data, and calories burned, and cycling data, and all sorts of other really neat little things. No? Damn it. I keep trying to be clever and it's not working. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, I'm frustrated with it to the point where I've decided I'm going to go a different route. And I love this watch, but it doesn't have a vibration alarm. So the reason I bought this one in particular is because I couldn't use anything Bluetooth enabled at my old job, and now I can. So if any of y'all want probably the most indestructible watch ever made by anybody, the smartest dumb watch you can buy, this is it. Let me know. I'm send a price my way, and we'll see if I can do anything about that. There we go. There we go. Sick. Okay, so now we're cooking again. I think we're getting to the point where they're stopping being quite as aggro. At least the warriors are, which is good. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure about that yet. But so that's been fun. Finally got my pits back. So my pit vipers broke, and then I finally got them. I got them warranted. So success. I'm pretty thrilled about that too. Yeah, they've stopped being aggro, which is great. Because that means I can just focus on hitting giants. So the ice giants drop these big bones versus ice warriors, and again, I can safe spot them, so I can just sit here and start raining threes, Hey, all right, 44 defense. That's what we're talking about. So our next combat spell will come with 3 defense levels, 80 magic. There's a couple other options we've got. Ooh, a mithril square shield. Okay, that's actually a pretty good loot drop, and not a common one either. Come on over here. There we go. These, by the way, are blurite rocks, which are useful for like 2 quests in the entire game, and otherwise have no real purpose. There's a shield shop in Falador you can sell this to for a little bit more money. Not that it really matters. I'm like worth 100 mil in this game, but I like optimization, you know. Hey Zero, how you doing? Welcome on in. Good to see ya. Sitting back, raining threes on these mofos. Really? It dropped a jug of wine? Huh. Now I would have never thought it would do that. I didn't realize they could drop jugs of wine. Well, that's okay. That's just more ammo, basically. Although at this rate, we're going to run out of runes before we run out of wine. Not that I have a problem with that, but... trying to get rid of some of these wines, so I'll fight a few. And then all of a sudden my defense decides, hey, what if we just, you know, unloaded a string of zeros? Oh well. Ooh, some cosmic runes. Yes, please. Bro, we're absolutely demolishing these guys. Look at this. It's hitting 16s. This is so easy. Alright, there we go. We're finally taking some damage. That's good. Rather perversely, we actually want to do that. We can drain 2 jugs of wine. Get a little bit more space. Start taking more big bones. Ooh, alright. He's going to fight a little bit. I'll take that. So, not a bad little haul so far. 74 body runes. 4 cosmic runes. 6 nature runes. Mithril square shield. Good chunk of change and all the big bones I could want. Kobe. Even this Ice Warrior is just like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to attack this guy. He keeps melting all of us. I think they're on a timer. Like, after a while, they stop getting aggressive if you're at a certain combat level, which I am. I think it's just you got to be a higher combat level than him. I'm 67, and these are 57 and 53, respectively, so... A banana? Okay. Guess I'm getting some potassium in. I'll take it. Banana. Let's see, what else has been going on in my world? Got, oh, we were talking about bodyboarding earlier. I am going to start doing that. I've got some gear, including, got me some fins. Some good old-fashioned set of Churchills. So, they're just basic Churchill Makapu'us, kind of the basic, you know, setup there. Kind of what you want for someone who's not that skilled at it, but I have enough athletic prowess to where I'm also, you know, not going to flop around there like an idiot. I have the basic idea of how to ride a wave, but it certainly could use a lot more practice at it. someone was asking me a question about stonks on the Discord. I'm like, bro, I'm live. Come hang out. Yeah, we're gonna run out of runes before we run out of wine at this rate. Mithril Mace is kind of a... I guess I could sell it in Falador. Kind of mid. I'm gonna not. Getting hella coins though, that's kind of nice. This is obviously not an efficient way to make money, but I found that the coins will mostly pay for the fire runes that I use, and mine runes are so dirt cheap it doesn't matter. More law runes, don't mind if I do. Laws are always really useful on account of, you know, you're always going to need more to teleport with. Teleporting is just so convenient for getting around in this game. Yeah, we're going to run out of fire runes. That is disappointing. I thought I had bought enough fire runes. Clearly I did not. There we go. I'll let him piece me up a little bit. I need to clear out some of these wines. There we go. Come on. Oh, splash. Alright, that's not what I was expecting. There we go. Steel sword, meh. Hey, Killer Hulk, welcome on in. Good to see ya. Aloha. Whew. Did a 24 with that, so that's the max you can hit with Chaos. You know, it's normally a 12, but because this is against ice, it's double powered. That's why I'm doing this, just for those of you who didn't know. Ice Giants become unbelievably easy to kill with Fire Strike. So if you ever have just a bunch of spare mind runes, this is how to use them up. Yo, what's up, PA? AI Bloodbath was today. It sure was, dude. Red Day. I expected as much. We'd had such a green run that you know, a pullback day was inevitable. We just didn't know, you know, it's impossible to predict when exactly it is, you know. Killer Hulk, I've been here, man. I'm glad to see you sticking around, though. Always good to see fellow friends. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, you know, I have moved. I now live in the Aloha State, and that's why we got the flag up. I really do, as far as flag designs go, I think that is definitely an A tier at minimum. The Union Jack is excellent, just design, aesthetic design in general. Ooh, a black kite shield. We do want that. But honestly, it's that and then the 8 stripes representing the 8 islands. Just bang on, really nice. Dow over 40K is premature. But you can't point at inflation numbers, only the market being as high as it is tell me the economy's bad. So, no, the economy is doing very well right now. In fact, we're at the point where inflation may be starting to tick down. I think that's the real reason everybody's been so bullish, is that everybody's expecting Jerome Powell to cut rates pretty soon. I think he's going to stay the course until we really do see 2%. I don't claim to know that, but that's just my guess. Interest rate needs to hold for him 4 to 5 years. Yeah, I would say, so yeah, I was moving. I moved across the country, continental U.S. through April, moved out here in May. I've been enjoying life ever since. So yeah, it has been a while, if you haven't seen me since South Carolina. But I would say it doesn't need to hold firm for 4 to 5 years. It depends. Okay, it might. It really depends on what government spending is. Right now, our government spending is so irresponsible in terms of deficits. Our government spending is highly inflationary. IRA naming conventions to the contrary, but no amount of, we have a 15-digit deficit right now. We're running trillion-dollar deficits when the economy is doing this well. That's going to cause inflation. It doesn't matter what the spending is on. John Maynard Keynes said as much, for the love of God, right? This is the thing people love to forget about Keynesianism, is that Keynes did not say just spend money forever. Everybody forgets the part where politicians and their voters need to be more responsible and elect fiscally responsible candidates to cut spending and increase taxes when inflation starts to tick up. But nobody likes that part, so everybody forgets about it. And unfortunately, neither candidate in the big two is serious. Oh, they tried to kill Trump. Who do you mean by they? I think that was just a nutcase. Here's my theory on that, right? The United States is, historically speaking, we have a long and storied history of crackpots trying to kill presidents. Some are successful. For instance, the guy that killed President Garfield. Just a nutter who thought he was going to get a job and then got pissy because he didn't. Or the anarchist who killed William McKinley. Lee Harvey Oswald. I know a lot of people love to sit here and do this all fucking day about conspiracies, but the Warren Commission makes the most sense out of any answer. I'm not saying what Lee Harvey Oswald's motives were, but Lee Harvey Oswald was probably the one who killed him. The crackpot who shot Ronald Reagan did it to try and impress Jodie Foster, for God's sake. Like, there's the guy who shot Gerald Ford in 1975. Damn it, another jug of wine. That's fine. We'll just attack him out here. If that kid was part of a they, 4chan would have unearthed it already. Better said than I could have. I agree, though. People have gotten too used to low interest rates. I mean, you got to remember, like, let's talk about a time when inflation was low and falling, unemployment was low and falling, and people generally thought of it as a very good time economically, which would be the late 1990s, the latter Clinton years. Even back then, interest rates were not nearly 0%. They were, in fact, fairly close to where they are now. So I would agree in general with what you're saying there, Hiei. I would tend to agree. The idea that interest rates need to go back to zero is silly. Now, as someone with a 2.375% mortgage interest rate, the longer interest rates stay up, the better off I am. And then if interest rates do go down, that means housing prices will continue to go through the fucking roof, which means I'll just sell mine. I win either way, basically. And that's part of why the housing market is so slow. So many people are in my camp where, because of those interest rates, they don't want to sell their home unless the price is really good, because they know they're going to have to pay more interest if they want to buy somewhere else. So it stifles the housing interest. You're not saying nothing about how someone killed Malcolm X? No, I'm not, because we were talking about presidents, weren't we? We're talking about, right, assassinations of presidents. John Wilkes Booth, nutcase. Lee Harvey Oswald, nutcase. John Hinckley, fucking nutcase, right? If you want to go with presidential candidates, Sirhan, the dude who shot Robert Kennedy in 1968, nutcase. Ooh, we are out of runes. That's not ideal. All right. All right, we'll win Bolt here just to kill this guy, but that's a bit of a problem. Whew. Oh, it's Rick Turpentine. Damn it. I'm donating to the victims of crime to atone for my past actions. Very nice. Thank you, Rick Turpentine. It's been placed on the ground for an uncut emerald. Cool. Take the big bones. Drink another jug of wine. I'm drunk. And that's about all we can do here. He was an important part of history, but the conversation was talking about presidents. I'm not saying anything about Malcolm X. It's just that's a bit like, I mean, I could have talked about the assassination of, I don't know, anybody. We were just specifically talking about political candidates. I mean, Malcolm X was an important part of history, but that's kind of just, it's kind of neither here nor there, I guess, is where I'm going with that. Alright, so we got some black kite shields to sell, some big bones. Deposit the body runes. Actually, we'll just deposit all of this, and we'll switch over to smithing. So I feel like chilling. Now that we got some people in here, I can more ably justify just chilling and hanging out and smithing instead, which I'm down to do. So we'll do that. We'll grab our bar, we'll grab our hammer, and we'll get to smithing, pounding away at that metal. Something I love to do. But yeah, I would say... Oh yeah, speaking of bodyboarding, also got me some boardwalks. How am I holding up? Things are going really well here. So I guess I'll give you an update since you have not been around for a while. Since I moved out to Hawaii, I have found a side gig as a model. I do have modeling pictures. If y'all are interested in buying them, come talk to me on the Discord. Which, by the way, type in !Discord if you want to join that. A lot of really good stuff on there. Definitely a great way to stay in touch. So I recommend that quite a lot. What else we got going on? Well, we're... I'm going to turn that off. I'm cool now. Just starting to get a bit stuffy in here because, again, I don't have air conditioning. It's like 80 degrees in here. You get used to it. But let's see here. Good for him. So I've gotten into modeling as a fun little side gig. That's been really fun. Been getting everything from my apartment kind of kitted out, as you can see. Decorations. Oh, by the way, the Bobby Hill Gadsden flag over here, the one that says "That's my purse, I don't know you." I am auctioning that on my Discord right now. So current bid, I believe, is $20 for it. And the auction ends Saturday. So if you want it, come talk to me. All right, I'll briefly show you. There you go. It's the Gadsden flag with Bobby Hill's head with the quintessential meme phrase, "That's my purse, I don't know you." If you want it, come join the Discord. How do you prioritize both your professional career and being such a hunk of muscle? Holy cow. Waru, thank you very much for the first time chat. Welcome on in. This is a great question. It's talking really about work-life balance. And the truth is, I have made, for the last 16 years of my life, lifting weights a priority. As for the diet section of it, I am a huge believer in keeping a basic pen and paper journal, and I write things in my journal. I write macro targets. I write we get a lot of fart can motorcycles and cars going up and down the street. It's unfortunate. It bothers me more than I think it bothers y'all, but looking good. I appreciate that. But work-life balance. So, favorite thing to happen after getting muscular is when people objectify me. I don't mind it at all. Honestly, I appreciate the compliments. It makes me feel, it validates all the work I put in. So the key is consistency. And as far as being my professional career, I'm financially independent more or less entirely at this point. So while I work hard because I enjoy my job, but not because, really, God, it's everybody on their fucking crotch rockets. Ugh, it's annoying. Anyway, uh, with with the balance, it's really just finding joy in it and keeping consistency. That's the thing about it, and it works the same way with dieting. It works the same way with lifting weights. It works the same way with your job. I've chosen this job not because it's what pays the most. Honestly, I could probably get a better paying job in several other places, and certainly in a lower cost of living area. But I wanted to move out to Hawaii. I wanted to enjoy, the island life. Hell, when I got home today, I bike to work and back. You want to talk about a great synergy between the two, right? All of a sudden, I slash my expenses because I don't have to own a car. I get even on rest days. Today was one, by the way. I get excellent cardio. So it's this perfect mix of items. Cycling really just helps both, both my finances. It helps. Obviously, it burns more calories, which means I can eat more treats, or I can, look better. It also benefits my career because I get to cycle down a crater, basically, every single day going to work. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means I have a beautiful view that puts me in a great mood. I have this adrenaline rush bombing down the hill, which puts me in an even better mood. And I arrive to work very energized and ready to go, which a lot of people rely on caffeine for, or just are kind of dog tired in the morning. So it's, it's things like that. You have to find ways to optimize your lifestyle. And if your life, let's say you can't bike to work. Okay, yeah, sure, maybe for now, but that doesn't have to be a constraint you put on yourself your entire life. Consider moving. Don't hold yourself to just being in one place all your life. That's, I would say, not ideal. Cycling makes so much sense in dense cities. Cycling in Dallas is suicide. I have done it. In fact, I've actually cycled in much more dangerous places than Dallas, including, do you know where Greenville, Texas is? Oh, shoot. I forgot to add the window back up. There we go. Yeah, cycling in Manhattan definitely makes sense. Driving in Manhattan is stupid. You shouldn't. If you live in New York City and you drive a car, why? Like, nobody finds driving in New York fun. I mean, that's why people pay cabbies to get them places. The trains are good, but they're often in need of repair. They don't necessarily get you exactly where you want to go, and they can often be quite crowded. A bicycle really is the best of all worlds. It's not the perfect form of transit, but there is no perfect form of transit. I'm going to move the mic in just a little bit, give you guys a little bit better voice quality. There we go. Now we're talking. E-bikes are, yeah, I love e-bikes. You'll never live in Texas. That's a pity. Texas is a great place to have a life and have a career. I lived in Texas for several years. In fact, I graduated from a university there. In fact, Texas is the place I have lived the most years out of my life. I'm 29 years old, and I have lived a grand total of 9 years in Texas. So 9 out of 29 years. So a plurality, though not a majority. Trains in New York City are honestly really good. Just stay away from Times Square. Well, it's the same thing. So here, it'd be like stay away from Honolulu or Waikiki if you live in Honolulu, right? Nobody goes to Waikiki unless you work there or you're a tourist. Like, I guess the military guys will sometimes go to the Halekoa, but otherwise, no. The locals don't go to Waikiki for a reason. I feel like lifting is a huge part of the Texan upbringing. No, it's not. It can be. Football is the huge part of the Texan upbringing and playing team sports in young ages. So that's why a lot of the times, high school students, yeah, you'll have lots of kids who are in good shape in high school. But the problem is it doesn't stick. And because Texas is not designed very well in terms of infrastructure for cycling or infrastructure for walking around, fueled by the fact that Texas is brutally hot 6 months a year, means people get very sedentary later in life. And that's why Texas does not have a very high life expectancy. I don't believe it's in the bottom quintile for the United States, but I think it's in the second bottom. I think it's somewhere around 35th. Folks, yeah, snakes aren't that bad. I mean, here in Hawaii there are no snakes, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, in Texas they're not bad. Hey, Fireball, how are you doing? CT's been getting those high schoolers now. You shouldn't be smiling about that. As someone who played high school football and has had concussions, you know, that's not something to smile about. Fireball, how are you doing, brother? Thanks for the solo raid. It is, good lord, it's 1 a.m. where you're at. What are you doing up? I mean, I'm very grateful for the raid, but why? Why are you even awake? From the old Lion State. Hey, Mofu Jofu, thank you very much for the Prime sub. I do appreciate that. For those of you who like what I do and want more, by the way, please come check out the Discord by typing in !Discord. If you really like what I do, you can type in !tip or !gift and drop me a little thank you present. Certainly appreciated. It is never expected. Just got my first concussion. Yikes. Take it easy then. Make sure you get your good sleep schedule. Good sleep schedule is very, very, very key to recovering from a concussion. I had a concussion in 2020 of all the years. That was awful. So I was playing rugby and I got a concussion playing rugby, and it was right at February of 2020. So right before the pandemic kind of went off, kind of went haywire. So it was rough. But other things. So y'all can maybe see there. I've gotten a closed sponsorship. It's called Empire Legacy. That was that little EL thing in black. I'll show you real quick. Oh, the fan's blocking it. That's that EL right there. It's a Legacy in Motion. They are a local clothing company here in Hawaii, and I've spent a lot of time talking to the brand ambassadors, and they liked what I had to offer, and they wanted me to come aboard. So it was good. Yeah, there were no hospital space back then. Well, again, I lived in rural Texas, so in February, right, COVID had only just kind of taken off in China. It really hadn't made it in serious numbers to the U.S., and it certainly hadn't made it to Greenville, Texas. Oh shit, somebody just got a 99. There we go. Gotta give the homie a shout out for the 99. That's big. So definitely was not. Definitely was. I mean, concussions are never good, but yeah, the timing on that was rough. 2020 in general was just not a fun year for anyone, but especially not for me. There's a lot of these trauma centers. That's true. But yeah, I don't like 2020. That was not a fun year. But it's the last truly bad year I've had. And in fact, the more I think about it, 2022 is a bit of a setback year from 2021. But 2023 and 2024 have been getting progressively better. 2023 definitely was a year of improvement and a year of really buckling down. I think my finances may never eclipse in terms of savings rates just how prolific I was doing in 2023. I got in even better shape. And then 2024 has sort of been a blossoming year. It's been a year of transition, but now that we're kind of staring down the second half of 2024, I'm established. I've got my feet kind of a little bit more firmly planted here in the Aloha State. and I think things are going to go really well. I've got my first modeling runway show. My debut will be August 3rd. I may have a few more shoots coming up, so for those of you who like modeling pictures and would be interested in seeing some of the more saucy ones, I do have those. It's nothing crazy, but they are extremely well done, if I say so myself. I look, if you ask me, I look sexy in them. But I may have a clothes deal coming up with a company in the Philippines as well. So yeah, maybe pretty good. Well, Waru, you're new to the channel, so definitely recommend checking out the Discord. I'll go ahead and put it in chat for you. Highly recommend that. If you send me messages, just gonna let y'all know, I will respond to them on Twitch, but not like Twitch whispers, but not as often. Discord DMs is probably a little bit better, so just letting you know about that one. So there we go. I'll certainly take a look at that. But yeah, really recommend the Discord. Again, if you really like what I do and you want to show that, you can check out !tip or !gift if you want to throw something my way. And of course, bits and subs are always appreciated. It is quite remarkable, though, just how well things have gone, all things considered. Let's see what we got here. Since we're just chilling, all right, I'll look at this message. There we go. Sent you a message back. We've been having back pain since the car crash, and guess what? Spinal disc completely blown out, needs surgery. Ouch. Oof, that's rough, man. Oof. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Hey, Sonic, good to see you, man. How have you been? Again, I'm amazed some of y'all are up because I know what time zones y'all are in, and I'm just sitting here, in Hawaii. The sun's just now starting to go down, or we're kind of at sunset. But like hell, today here's a great example of why I love it here. You're allowed to skip leg day, I guess. I would say so. If you've got, I would still try and do some lightweight exercises, and maybe pair it with some cycling or an elliptical to try and keep things active. But yeah, no, you probably don't need to do heavy deadlifts or power cleans. You're tired? I bet you are. At your time zone? Fuck, man. It's past midnight. But so here's a great example. So today, I'll give you an example of what I was doing today. Hey, Waru, thank you very much for the lurk. I appreciate you coming in, and thanks. Did you follow? Actually, I don't think you did follow. Well, hopefully you do. If you didn't, well, it's been fun talking to you. About to make a quick trip. Gotcha. Zone, good to see you. All right, thank you very much. I will have a good night. So let's see. Here was my day today. Okay, so woke up, rode my bike to work. Really enjoyed that, as I always do. Got a great view of the harbor. Both the towns around it, all the way out. I could see as far out as Kapolei. I could see the clouds just coming over the Evaside Malka. It's beautiful. And then for my work day was good. I actually got to watch a pretty good documentary about Hyman Rickover today. So for those of you who don't know why Hyman Rickover might matter to me as a nuclear engineer, do your own research on that one. I shouldn't have to explain it. It's pretty obvious with the most cursory of Google searches. Life has been hectic, to say the least, after finishing this run of Resident Evil. Ah, that's why. Resident Evil run. Got it. Late night vidya. Always a good time. But had a good day at work. Had myself some decent food. Went to the next, grabbed myself some of them fins. So for those of you who don't know, I'm getting back into bodyboarding here, and so needed a good set of fins for them. These are just basic Churchill Makapu'us, nothing crazy, but grab those for future beach adventures, and then headed home. Decided to clean up a little bit, cleaned a little bit of the kitchen. There's still a little bit more I need to do, but then I went out to the pool here at the apartment. There's some just deck chairs, chilled in the pool for a little while, and then just took a little snooze under the sun. Oh, it felt so good. You have to be careful, right? The solar intensity here in Hawaii is very high, but the more you expose it to yourself, right? The key to not getting burned is consistent but low intensity exposure. In other words, like hell, when I biked back today, I biked back shirtless, actually, which is that's a fun thing to do. Oh, and of course I got to throw a shaka and laugh a little bit at all the car clowns stuck on H201, but that's a different story. Anyway, the day was just really good. As far as tanning's concerned, yeah, so if you don't want to get burned, 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there of exposure to the sun's how you want to do it. But if you do that every day, you'll develop a base tan. If you go, if you stay inside almost all the time and then you just go to the beach, but you stay out there unprotected without sunscreen for 3 hours, you are going to get burned to a crisp, obviously. Did you get people honking at you as you bike by? No. People in Hawaii don't think they're very good drivers, but they're better drivers than most, I would say. They drive with more aloha than states in the South do, at least, to cyclists. I've gotten cut off plenty of times, and, some drivers just really don't like you at all for being a cyclist. But I think most people here understand that we're on a small island, and you can't just build more lanes of highway traffic. So the only way to fix traffic is to get people out of cars. The bus gets stuck in the same traffic that the cars do, which means it's slow, so nobody gets on it. The rail is so badly over budget and so badly managed that it's basically a meme at this point. So really that leaves you with cycling as the best option. Oh, you mean like catcalling me? Nah. Actually, I say that. A couple weeks back, I was biking back I actually was in Waikiki because I was meeting a friend there. I was biking by Ala Moana, and I was at a stoplight. And this pretty girl in a brand new black Mercedes, pulled up, lowered the window, and said, "Wow, your legs look amazing." And I'm like, "Thank you, I appreciate that. It's a good feeling." So, wasn't catcalling as such, but that's the closest it's come. But I definitely noticed I get checked out here. I mean, look, even for Hawaii, I'm in good shape. Your chest has gotten huge. Well, I appreciate that. My numbers in the gym haven't gone up a ton since I moved to Hawaii. They've stayed fairly stable, which is just about what we're, kind of hoping for, since I'm on a cut cycle anyway. So, chest is looking pretty good though. Not bad. I think it's the angle too. I think this angle does my chest a lot of good. It is getting fairly late here though, so I will probably look to raid somewhere. Sexy so far? Oh yeah. I mean, look. Okay. I don't want to come off as conceited, but for the love of God, I'm going to be a model. And hell, next year, there's talk that my modeling director wants me to compete for Mr. Hawaii, like for Mr. USA. The fact that that's even plausible is proof that I'm not exactly a low-value man. Add to the fact that I'm, as near as it makes no difference, financially independent. I get paid a very good job, and I can talk about a wide variety of subjects I would also like to think I'm not an absolute, I don't have a trash personality. Let's just go ahead and assume it's average. But even if that's the case, that all averages out to, I would like to think, at least an 8. So, I would never want to get to the point of being so conceited to the point where I say I don't think I could have anything that I could work on. But statistically speaking, in a lot of ways, I am well above average. Not to be, again, conceited, but that's just statistical reality. But it works out, again, it works out really well in my advantage. So let's see here who we've got that we can raid. Got it's Panda-san, and that's it. All right, yeah, we'll raid him. I haven't raided him in quite a while, so we could do it. Princess of Mischief 91, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the bullpen. I do appreciate the follow. It's always nice. We only very recently crossed the 2,000 followers threshold. That made me quite happy. I'd been waiting on that for quite some time. In fact, we'd really been kind of puttering around the 1900s for the first half of this year. So that makes me quite happy to see. Thank you. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and I'll do a couple more. Do we have, before we head out for a raid ski, do we have any other questions? Anything else y'all want to ask me? If not, I will probably be live again this weekend, but in the meantime, I'm going to be chilling. This weekend, I will be probably streaming at least twice, maybe even a third time. We'll see. The following weekend is the weekend of August 3rd. The weekend of August 3rd, I will be doing my modeling show, so I will not be available. Don't expect to see much of me that weekend. Alright? Final boss beat, only got the final run. Love OSRS? Hell yeah. So I am if it wasn't clear, I'm quite the fan of smithing. That's sort of my thing. I really just like to chill and smith. Eventually I'll hit 200 mil. I'm not really stressing it, but it's just kind of cool to chill. Sometimes I like to, right now I'm just playing free to play because I don't have enough, I'd say I don't spend enough time playing old school to justify using membership right now, but let's see, just want to say hi and drop in for a bit. Of course, appreciate that, Zone, you take care. Well, if you love OSRS Princess, feel free to join the Discord. We do talk about that. We have a RuneScape channel. I haven't been using it as much recently. I need to rejigger the bot because it's not working right now, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more set here of Rune two-handed swords. So yeah, you may need to figure out how to refollow Killer Hulk if you haven't. But for those of you who, again, if you want more, the best way to do it is to, if you guys want to hang out, the best way to do it is join the Discord. That's where I spend the majority of my time. But it is getting fairly late, even here in the lovely Aloha State. We made 600 two-handed swords, which is good enough for now. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. We're going to log off. By the way, if you want to add me on old school RuneScape, my name is Muscle Bull on here. BullMuscle was taken. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and log out. That's going to be it for today. Cool. All right. So I think that's going to be it for us here this evening. We are going to raid, I believe. Let's see. Nobody else I'm following that's on. We will raid. Let's just see here. Raiding, it's Panda-san, I think. Good friend of mine. I think he raided me a while back too anyway, so we're gonna Gonna go ahead and do that. We'll turn it over to him. Absolutely. That's gonna be it, y'all. Thank you very much, JJ Gonzalez, for the bits, Princess of Mischief for the follow. Y'all, if you want more, obviously, happy to have you on the Discord. But in the meantime, as I always say, make good decisions. Those good decisions form your habits. Those habits form your actions. Those actions form your values. Those values form an ethos to be the guide start through the rough waters of life. Much love, y'all. Come in for the hug. Ahui ho. All right, YouTube. Been good.